Hello, viewers. Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I want to do a couple of things today. I'm going to do a patron's request, but I'm also going to start with how we manage our fear, because I do feel that judging from the number of emails, the tone of the emails, the things coming through my Facebook inbox, viewers' comments, the things coming through my website, there is an escalation of fear amongst my viewers, and they're wanting me to read on a variety of topics to try and quell that fear. Of course, I can do what I can do. Absolutely, I can do what I can do. But the real answer lies within. The real answer lies within us. And it doesn't matter what is making us fearful, whether that is Trump and the current political situation. Indeed, it's perilous. I'll be upfront, it's perilous. It's perilous in the US, and it's also perilous for the world, because Trump's decision to pull the troops out of Syria was a gift to Vladimir Putin. And of course, from that gift, Putin grows more powerful, and we know what Russia is capable of. So he wasn't serving American interests there. He was serving his own. Whatever he owes Putin, this was a direct gift. And I do believe, and I'm getting the feeling, I'll read on it in YouTube, but I am getting the feeling that Trump knows the end is nigh. I watched a very good reading from Soul Print Tarot. She's a Canadian reader, and she looked at why there's this escalation of this seeming decisions that benefit Russia, and I do feel that Trump knows the end is near. Now, Trump is so wily; he'll have a strategy in mind to manage that. So I'll read on that later. Right now I want to look at fear. So when I opened up to this reading, I got the impression or the image of someone being buffeted about in a gale. And this is what it feels like. It feels like there is no way or no strategy of attaining calm. And of course, I go to those Buddhist principles that no matter what is going on around you, you can find the calm through going within and through calming yourself down. And something miraculous occurs when that happens. You are able to see things from a different perspective. You are able to reconnect with your link, your channel to the divine, to spirit, and you're able to hear the angelic realm, part of whose job is to, that old cliche about guardian angels, is actually quite true. You can hear the protection, and you can feel safe. In fact, what happens is you start to activate faith. And when you've got that faith, you understand that everything is unfolding as it should, and that ultimately you will be safe. So I want to ask the tarot that question: how can we best, before we get into a political reading, how can we best find the calm within when we're in the midst of the storm? How can we find the calm spirit when we're in the midst of the storm? And what I'm also getting is that when we're fearful like that, all we can see is darkness, and it is the light. It's letting the light in. It's moving out of our shadow areas and into the lighter areas that allows us to experience that calmness. So when we're in the dark, we're like a little firefly, if you like, and it reminds me of a card in the Wild Unknown Animal deck of the firefly, which is burning brightly, but working hard to burn brightly in case the darkness encroaches and completely swamps them. So how do we bring in the light? Well, we bring in the light by finding that calm center within. Then we're able to see the light. What is the light? The light is the divinity within us. It is the divinity of spirit, and it is the that faith that we know that everything will be okay. And I think when we're operating like that, we actually expand our light, and the darkness recedes, not the other way around. So, how can we find the calm within the storm, given the political conditions? Seems that it is darkest before the dawn. How do we find that calm? How do we find that calm? Okay, so we've got the Emperor, which is an interesting card because it is my card for Trump. But I'm going to slow down here a bit because it's all about taking control and not ceding your control to somebody else, okay, to the beast within. Okay, so we're talking about the shadow areas within and the light, finding the light. We're challenged by the constancy of our thoughts that we're going to lose something, that there will be this loss. And so at the heart of it is control, not control of our emotions, but understanding how our emotions affect us. And once we do that, once we just step aside and look from a distance at what our emotions are actually doing, we're able then to take control of them. Because it is hard. It is hard to manage our emotions. They can be so strong, and we've got the full moon coming up in Aries, and I do feel that this is the collective lesson for us. The unknown, or the foundation of the reading, it's the unknown that makes us fearful. We can't see the face on this high priestess. We don't know what else is written there, and that's why we have to move toward the light. We have to get into the spirit of faith and hope, which actually allows us to manage this fear of the unknown. And it's something that comes upon us all. This is the biggest lesson that we're here to learn, because we go to the end of our life. We go toward the unknown. In any major illnesses, we go to the unknown. Are we going to survive? And we learn this lesson. And maybe that's why now I have a measure of calmness in the midst of all this, because what I'm channeling is my own experience with cancer and having to find that faith and that hope and that calmness within, and that solid knowledge that we are protected, that I am protected. Now, in the past, we've got action coming on with the truth. And look, this card is here to tell us that, again, have faith. The truth has its own way of working its way through. We've got the World card. This is a huge cycle that we're bringing to an end. Things will be remade as a result of that. And as I keep saying, America is ground zero. We will be having this show of strength and endurance, but this is what we need to channel. This is what we need to bring forward. We don't need to channel complacency or apathy or fear. We need to channel the strength within us. And the Knight of Pentacles, you can see that everything's going to be okay. This is patience. This is reliability. This is having the courage to go where no one else has gone before. This knight holds the flag, the banner, I should say, not the flag, the banner of courage, and ready to go forward. And this is where we've got to go as well. But we're wanting to move. Why are we going to do all that? Because we're wanting to move away from this dark port. We're wanting to move away to the light, to a safer haven. And our hope is that we will be assisted. This is giving and receiving help. So just as we are assisted, then we help others. We pass that on, and we expand that culture of community and light, I should say. And the final outcome, of course, is this unity. It's unity with each other, but it's also unity with the divine. And this is the biggest lesson. This is the biggest lesson that we've got to learn. And this Queen of Swords, she keeps appearing. She is here for a reason. She's here to really bring in the truth. She's linking with the Knight and the Queen. to show that, the battle will bring us closer together. And we've got the Two of Wands. And I do want to just ask you to meditate on this card. This is inspiration, a plan unfolding in time, a plan on the world stage as well. So it's how we view things as that also matters. Are we going to view things with fear and through negativity? Or are we going to view things through hope? And this division, again, is only going to hurt everybody. That's why I do, in my readings, I do look at Republicans and I do look at right-thinking Republicans, and I'm not so partisan as to rule out the fact that there are decent Republicans there. Now, the question is, when the decent Republicans come forward, how is that going to change the situation? Because I'm likely to think that it's going to change it immensely. It's going to be the difference, and it will be around getting this president of the USA out of office. That inspiration, that movement, that intention has already started, and ultimately we will win. So I am feeling very much that we should steer away from this victim mentality. This idea that we're losing something, and perhaps look at what we're gaining. We are gaining this King of Cups here, and my viewers say, who is this King of Cups? The King of Cups is the more benign, right-thinking government. It's really, at the end of the day, your Hollywood in the USA makes so many movies about it, and they have stuck and they have gone right round the world. I can remember being a child and listening to these, watching these movies and being entranced by this notion that we go through the perils and we come out of the perils. We hold on to our values. We fight the good fight and we come through. And this is sort of the energy around Trump, and what's happening at the moment is not a lot different. The peril is there, the fight is there, and really it's around knowing, asking, connecting with the divine, and understanding that we will be okay. Now, I do have a phone call coming through at in about 10 minutes, but I do have enough time. We talked about Republicans coming through there as being very instrumental. I've had lots and lots of requests. What's Mitt Romney's real intention? How should we view him? He's come out against Trump on the whistleblower and the Ukrainian call. Of course, we've got Republican senators condemning Syria. I'm going to call him Lindsey Graham has said today that, or yesterday, he said that if the Turks massacre the Kurds in any way or harm the Kurds in any way, Turkey will face sanctions from hell from Congress. Now, what Graham is saying is that they will bypass Trump and Congress alone will move forward those sanctions and sanction Turkey. So Congress is taking back its power. But first in some ways, it's a good start. All right, so let's look at Mitt Romney. What's going on? I'm just going to throw a general reading about Mitt. Just see what his intentions. What are Mitt Romney's intentions? 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 It's around Trump and it's around control. Okay. Now, this is around the past, the Six of Cups. That's a reunion with the old Republican Party. So he's positioning himself in direct opposition to Trump. I do feel, I was talking to one of my viewers, I do feel Mitt Romney's been very careful with his timing. He's being very strategic. And it was pointed out to me that he's been around in politics for a long time. But this is about ultimately taking back control and bringing the Republican Party back to what it used to be. The foundation of the reading, this is how he sees the Republican Party. And we've got inquiry, we've got investigation, we've got introspection, and isolation as well, but this is in the past position. He sees that with Trump. He sees the growing isolation of Trump, even a Fox News poll. And I don't want to get too partisan or overstate this, because I think we know that the end is near for Trump. It's just how much damage is he going to do before he actually goes. Fox News poll with their right-winged audience had 51% want Trump impeached. So we've got the what's in the sky. This is a new start. This is a new start for the Republican Party. I felt that he was positioning himself as a candidate in 2020, moving the Republican Party on. I'm getting a real draw to trying to come in like the Phoenix, and I don't see this as a bad thing, and resurrect the Republican Party. It is a foundational thing for Mitt Romney. He's building from the ground up after Trump. He knows Trump has destroyed the Republican Party, and he's there to assist it, not to be absolutely massacred. The environment that this has created, the foundations of the Republican Party, have both been challenged by the Trump organisation and Trump himself. But I do feel that Mitt Romney is also representing a particular membership of the Republican Party who do not want to see the Republican Party fall. The fear is that this is exactly what he will do, that he will provide the support that's needed at the right time. And we've got bringing balance back into the Republican Party, restoring the Republican Party in some way, because it's inevitable that there will be this loss. So I do see that he's acting genuinely. He is going to be leading a movement against Trump. This is only a page. It's yet to grow, but it's got inspiration at its base. This partisan approach to politics, this division, he has a plan to dial it down, bring in more diplomacy. This is a review and a re-evaluation. And Romney appears to, with this Nine of Cups, this really wish card. It's a plan that Romney has for the future, and he's bringing strength to it. And of course, we have the King of Cups energy moving through. So he's there for the Republican Party. I see that very strongly. He is hoping to prevent wholesale destruction of the Republican Party. Trump is not only, and I want you to think about this. Trump is not only tearing at the fabric of the US and the world in which we all live, making it less safe for us all. He's also tearing at the fabric of what you would call your conservative, traditional GOP. So he's there for the party. I'm feeling very strongly. Of course, you want the political questions. I don't know how much time I've got, but I will try and do that. The Eight of Swords flew out then, suggesting that currently he's a little bit restricted in what he can do. And I do feel this draw to timing. It's all about the timing. Let's have a look before I'm actually expecting a phone call, but let's have a look. Is Romney trying to marshal the senators, Senate support for him, and what he's trying to do? Is Romney trying to marshal the senators behind him? Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups here, and this is the choice card. It's also getting people to make a choice. We have the Ten of Swords. This is also challenged by Trump's downfall. So everything is timing, viewers. Everything is timing. At the right time, the choice will be made. We've got hope here and intention. In the past, we've got the Chariot. So he has taken the reins, and at the right time, he's moved forward. Yes, a yes card. It is about moving to control the factions. This is a political move as well as an ideological move. This again is taking control. So yes, he is trying to marshal the senators. And again, we have some of these foundational cards and the Queen of Cups. So you may find that some of the women senators in the Republican Party might fall in line behind Romney. Again, we've got this going back to the past. He's got a vision of a Republican Party at a better time, at a stronger time, and we've got the Queen of Wands. He's gaining support from Democrats. I've seen that, and he's gaining support from independents as well. The Tower card, he knows it's coming. And the Page of Cups, the bombshells keep coming. So what he's doing while all of this is playing out is he's behind the scenes working his politics. It's around Putin and Trump's support of Putin, marshalling support to really defect from Trump. And he's going to get somewhere because there's high levels of anxiety. And here we have our Three of Cups again. And our King of Cups. So we've got a few things happening. Not only are the Democrats carrying the banner, so is Romney, both in an ideological sense, but also a practical political sense as well. He does have some backing from membership within his own party, the big donors. Trump out of hand, Trump needing to be controlled. So yeah, he's trying to marshal those senators behind him, but it is all about timing. Very quickly, does he want to stand in 2020? Does he want to stand in 2020? Three cards, Spirit. Does Mitt Romney want to stand in 2020? What are his ambitions? Okay, so I can see what I'm seeing is somebody, and I don't know much about the Mormon faith, but they're swinging a something with incense or something in it. So I do feel that this is a cleansing of the Republican Party, but this is also ceremonial as well. Does Romney think that he should be president? Okay, will Romney? Does he want to be president? Does he want to be the Republican candidate in 2020? He's had a definite plan all along. The Knight of Swords, he certainly wants to lead the troops, and the Six of Pentacles, loans and debts. I think he's drawing a lot on his past and endings and beginnings. He understands that there will be an ending and a beginning. This is also a yes card, so I do feel he does have ambitions, presidential ambitions. I don't want that phone to ring because it will cut off this reading. Let's just see. Will Mitch McConnell come round to Romney's point of view? Because Mitch McConnell, King of Wands, no, this is all about a leadership, who's in charge. However, justice is there, and so justice, and we've got retreat. So McConnell's knee deep in all of this, and he possibly will have his own. He could even be investigated himself. So yeah, this is a long-term plan for Romney. And it's a slow game and a slow burn, and it's very strategic, and he's been doing this right from the get-go, from when he came back into the Senate or before that. I'm going to leave that there, viewers, and don't forget some of the messages that came through around managing our fear.